All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're about to kick off the webinar session, Unleashing Profit Potentials, Acronis, and the Art of MSP Success. So, objective for this for this webinar is for us to get on the make profit selling Acronis solution. So you don't just sign Acronis, just you as a partner. It's an avenue for you to increase your ROI. So it's important that you know those strategies, those things that you need about Acronis that will bring more sales into your environment. So you'll be having a series of sessions, right? Yeah, to take us to Acronis solution itself and those nitty-gritty about getting how to quote and understand how to make profit when you're scoping Acronis solution. So our first session of this webinar will be the financial benefit of selling Acronis solution, strategy on profit maximization, right? So as an MSP, you should know how to scope and how to scope Acronis solution, and also how to make profit while sharing code. So the next session also will be learning how to use a calculator. So calculator is an instrument that you use to quote for your end users. So in actually achieving this, we have Irene Odili from Acronis, a solution engineer. She's going to be the one to handle this session. And also our co-presenter also is Elizabeth Ogunyemi, the cloud service advisor from Acronis. She also is going to be in partner with Irene in doing justice to this webinar. And also have from our hand here, Twanta IT, Tayo Uyo will be the one handling the step-by-step process in signing up as a partner, right? So in order not to waste our time, I will just invite Irene into the podium to start the presentation. By the way, my name is Henry Agbonze, the Toronto IT Channel Manager. Irene, please put up your screen so that we can proceed. Thank you. Sorry, Elizabeth, kindly put up your screen so we can proceed.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm so sorry for that little break. Thank you, Mr. Henry, for that introduction, and thank you everybody for joining this call, this webinar. So I'm Elizabeth Oguyemi, and I'm a cloud service advisor for Acronis. So I'm mostly responsible for the partnership opportunities in Nigeria. So today, yeah, we'll be discussing on the topic unleashing profit potential, Acronis and the art of MSP success. So here is today's agenda. We will first do an introduction about Acronis, then discuss on the benefit of Acronis solution to enterprise environment, then see why you should sell Acronis solution, then moving to how to maximize your profit with Acronis solution as MSPs before discussing the technical and financial benefits of signing up as an MSP, Acronis MSP. And finally, learn how to use the pricing calculator and also run a demo, which will be handled by my colleague. So moving forward, who is Acronis, right? So Acronis is a cyber protection company. We offer data protection and cybersecurity. So we are used to be known for backup company until we invested in cybersecurity. So it's a Switzerland company that is found in Singapore. So it has two headquarters. In terms of growth, we have more than 50,000 plus partners. So we do more of a partner channel program. So Acronis is located in 150 plus countries. It's a global solution. So currently we have 44 data centers, soon to be 45. So these different regions that we have. We have the data center in America, Africa, Europe, and also Asia. So that's all about Acronis. Moving forward, so we would talking about the benefit of Acronis solution to the enterprise environment. But before this, I want us to see some threat landscape, why there are increased demand of cyber protection, backup, cybersecurity solutions by enterprise companies. So just as what you can see on my screen, there were about 300% spike in cybercrime after COVID-19, and 80% of companies reported to have been attacked. So this was due to rapid transition to remote work caused by COVID-19, which has forced many businesses to adopt remote work policy. It has led to an increase in number of endpoints that needs to be secured. And when I say endpoint, I mean devices that can access networks such as laptops, desktop, mobile devices, IoT, and so many more. So as more and more employees work from home, these endpoints are at increased risk and data becomes more difficult to be controlled. Another example is 57% of attacks are missed by traditional antivirus solution. Why? Is because cyber criminals, continuously keep incorporating this threat into traditional solutions, and they thereby keep developing new threat and sophisticated method to exploit systems. So this has resulted in a surge in demand of sophisticated cyber protection and backup, as well as cloud security solutions. Business continuity and disaster recovery as well is another example. Enterprises keep requesting for solutions that can enable quick restoration of critical systems. Because cyber attack and other unforeseen events can disrupt business operations and cause significant downtime. So other examples again, why there's an increased demand of cyber protection and backup is the use of remote work. Remote work also introduce new risk. Employees are no longer physically located in the office. They may be using their own devices, somewhere else. And then another one is the use of USB drives. An attacker could sit and plug a malicious USB drive in an employee's computer and the malware would be automatically installed. So the use of unsecured printers as well is another thing that has caused the increase, demand on sophisticated cyber protection and backup. So attacker could sit near an unsecured printer and wait for a user to print a sensitive document. And once this document is printed, the attacker can then collect this document and read it. Number 4 example is the use of bio device in workplace. Bio means buy your own device. Employees have come to expect the flexibility of being able to use their own device for work. However, the buy your own device is, also introduce new risk, as these devices are not under the control of the company. So with these problems, companies are proactively seeking ways to fortify their own protection measures, and have heightened the need to advance protection measures that can detect and mitigate these evolving threats. So Acronis believes that protection of data is a basic need of every person and organization. The Acronis technology and solution is designed around a principle known as 5 vectors, which is cyber protection, namely the safety, accessibility, privacy, authenticity, and also security. So this ensures that data, applications, and systems are secured and easily accessible for, smooth daily operations for businesses, for organizations. Just consider how much we rely on data today. Our digital assets have never been more valuable. This means that we are dealing with more data and devices than ever before. So here is, how does Acronis solve this problem? This threat landscape that I discussed in the previous slides. So here is our product overview. So in the previous slide, we talked about the increased cybercrime and cyber attack in enterprise companies that has led to increased demand on sophisticated cyber protection and backup. So we gave an example of the use of remote work that has contributed to increase in cyber crimes and cyber attacks. So one of the best practice is by implementing a remote monitoring and management solution that can remotely manage and secure endpoints. So we have the vulnerability assessment, we have antivirus and anti-malware protection, we have active protection that can secure all endpoints. And we talk about the use of USB sticks. So we have device control that serves as a USB filtering solution, to block malicious USB drives from being plugged into corporate computers. Then email is also, we all know that email is #1 threat vectors. And of course, we know employees communicate via this means. So we have the email security that can serve as another security layer that can prevent any kind of threat before reaching its end user. It stops the likes of impersonation, business email compromise, where someone pretends to be a CEO, they get to divert funds, This is what the email security does. And we also talked about the use of unsecured printers. So an attacker could sit near an unsecured printer and wait for a user to print a sensitive document. And once this document is printed, the attacker would then collect the document and read it. So most of the security measures that companies take is they just place this printer in a locked room, which is not enough because of the threat is sitting in the printer and it will still be used by someone. So how does Acronis solve this? The DLP, as you can see on my screen, data loss prevention. So DLP actually stops things like this from happening in, it prevents data leakage. So by using this solution, companies can help protect their sensitive document from being, intercepted by attackers. We also have the EDR, enterprise, which means endpoint detection response. So the enterprises need proactive threat intelligence and incident response capability to identify, analyze, and respond to cyber threats effectively. I mean, what I'm saying here is real-time monitoring, threat hunting and incidents. So the EDR is an event correlation security platform that can gather and correlate different events that happen on the endpoint level. So the purpose is just to identify threats in progress, that organization that you can identify threat or in progress attack, and it's for organizations of all sizes, organizations of all sizes that faces different kind of threats. It will not only analyze this threat, it will also investigate and respond to it as well. So it's a proactive threat intelligence and incident response solution that is, very good for enterprise company. And we talked about business continuity and disaster recovery. So enterprises, they require backup and disaster recovery solution that can enable quick restoration of critical infrastructures, critical applications. When their server goes down, they still have something that they can rely to. So cyber attack disrupt business operations and cause significant downtime. When this happens, it can lead to financial loss, reputational damage. Let me give you an example. Just imagine I wake up one morning and I get to see a news that a popular commercial bank is under attack. So like they are being breached. First thing I will do is to take my money out and then close that account. So that commercial bank, they've lost me as a customer, and I have also lost trust in them. So that is reputational damage, and also it will also lead to financial loss because this cyber criminal will demand a huge ransom from them. So I was able to occur an incident when I visited a friend at the fintech. So upon my arrival, I discovered that he was in the midst of a meeting with his team. So to my surprise, I learned that they were experiencing a cyber attack at that very moment. So you could imagine the gravity of this situation if this news goes out. It will cause the customer to panic, and also the company would definitely experience some loss. So what I'm trying to say here is that it is important to note that many companies choose not to disclose such occurrence, because I assure you that these incidents are happening every time. So disaster recovery, is there to prevent things like this from happening. So only if this company had disaster recovery in place, backup and recovery, cybersecurity, incidents like this wouldn't have happened. So they can, plan for DRO, and when their system is compromised, there's an assurance of getting immediate data availability and also business continuity. So in general, this is everything like we offer in Acronis. So why should you choose Acronis? So we offer a comprehensive suite of data protection and cybersecurity for all business sizes. Businesses that has fewer resources to protect their data, because the solution has an integration of both cybersecurity and backup. So you don't need to start investing in cybersecurity. Your backup, if you are investing in backup, you are also going to be getting cybersecurity included. So we offer a wide range of features that can help businesses meet their specific needs. Acronis is very easy to use. It is user-friendly. We also offer a variety of pricing options that can fit your budget. This makes them cost-effective solution for businesses of all sizes. And like I said, we offer a wide range of features, which includes data protection, from varieties of threats, ransomware protection, data loss. All of this, can help businesses optimize their data protection and cybersecurity efforts. So another additional examples why you should choose Acronis solution is that Acronis is a trusted brand. We've been in the data protection and cybersecurity industry for 20 years, and we have a proven track record of success. Acronis also has a strong partner network. So if you're looking for a data protection and cybersecurity solution that is backed by a trusted brand, that has a strong partner network and offers support, then Acronis is a great option. So moving forward to how to maximize your profit with Acronis solution. So yeah, you can increase your profit by bundling Acronis solution with other services that you offer, such as IT support or consulting and so many more. I'm going to give more example on that. So this will allow you to offer your customers a complete solution that meets their needs. Another thing that we offer, again, the one benefit is trial. So we give partners the opportunity to offer trial to their customers. You know that one of the best ways to convince your customer to try a solution to buy some from you is by offering them trial. So this will allow them, this will not only shorten the sales cycle, but also allow them to see the benefit of the solution for themselves without any risk. We also offer excellent partner support. And fourthly, again, you should partner with Acronis. This is one of the benefits because Acronis offers partner programs that can help you increase your profits. So this program includes embedded discounts in the pricing on Acronis product, marketing support. So we have a part where you can, we offer various trainings to partners that will equip you so you can understand the solution before reaching out to your customers. So these are the, and not just the training, they're also marketing materials, sales materials that you can access. So it saves you the stress of, employing a web designer to do marketing, like branding for you. So Acronis has provided you with all these tools so it can get you equipped. So these are the supports that we offer to our partners. And I talked about bundling the solution in the other slide. So now we're going to give more examples on how to bundle Acronis solution with other services. So here are a few examples listed, which you can see on my screen. Consulting, if you're offering IT support, consulting, so you can bundle Acronis with the consulting service, to help your customers improve their data protection and cybersecurity. Or are you offering managed services, or is it cloud migration? So all of this you can bundle. So we bundle the Acronis solution. So we mostly advise our partners to bundle the solution with their current offering and sell to their customers as a one-off solution. And here are more examples, that you can bundle Acronis with. Are you a partner that is offering disaster recovery? Are you offering managed security services? Or is it IT infrastructure monitoring, even hardware maintenance, physical security? This will help your customers manage their devices and also protect their data. So by bundling the solution, you can increase your profits and offer your customers a complete solution that meets their needs, right? So this is, it will not only help meet their customer, it will also increase customer satisfaction and also help you increase profit margin. So bundling the Acronis solution will help you increase your profit margin by allowing you to charge like a premium for the bundled solution. So here is just an example of when you bundle. Also, if you are maybe you're offering MSP M365 license to your customers, you can bundle the solution with backup, right, and sell to your customers. Or maybe some of your clients are from maybe the university, school sector, like university, law firms, government sector. You can even bundle your service with the file sync and share, which is the document management solution, is a collaboration tool. You can bundle it with that and sell to your customers. So the file sync and share is also included there. So there are so many ways you can, bundle Acronis with your current service. There's so many ways you can, get increased margin with our solution. And lastly, I want to just, point out some 5 top points that I would like us to remember here. So one is the solution helps it fits your business model as well. And you can start fast with zero upfront costs. When I say start fast, zero cost, you don't need to have any initial capital investment in order for you to offer Acronis. It's there for you to use. You can spend nothing on upfront costs with the Acronis hosted model. And lastly, it satisfies your customer. It can help protect your customer's device, data source, any device at any location. So in conclusion, Acronis has emerged as a game changer for MSPs, enabling them to tap into lucrative world of cyber protection. So with its comprehensive suite of solution, flexible licensing model, centralized management platform, collaborative partner programs, Acronis empowers MSPs to unlock their profit potential and also deliver reliable and profitable cyber protection service to their clients, their customers. So moving forward, I would leave this part for my colleague to handle. She's our solution engineer. So Irene, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Before I proceed, I just want to intimate us that we can use the chat box. Try and use the chat box to send questions. Right. We'll be glad to tweet every of your questions. Irene, kindly proceed.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this call today. All right, so let me just quickly pull up the demo portal. But while I'm doing that, are there any questions or anything based on what Elizabeth has discussed? You guys want clarification on? They can quickly clarify that before we go into the demo. Can you hear me? I hope I'm not muted. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So I've told them to type in the question on the chat box. So while you present, we'll look through these questions and also maybe we can interject you just for you to answer some of these questions. Okay. We can stress proceed.
Okay, that's fine then. 1 minute, please. Sorry. Taking time to come up, but sure, we should have it. Elizabeth, please can you stop on sharing your screen so that I can share my screen? Thank you.
Hold on a while. Elizabeth, are you done with your
Okay. All right. So this is what the solution looks like. So I'm just going to show you guys from the console. because I remember Elizabeth talked about ease of and that's where this actually comes. So you can actually provision, configure, and manage all of your customers, right? So it's basically very, very easy to use. You don't have to worry about, what's having another interface, because there's some other organizations, right, that sell multiple solutions, right? What happens in those organizations is that for each of the solutions, they have a different management interface. So for example, in the case of backup, they have a different management interface for backup, a different management interface for security, and the likes, right? But with Acronis, it doesn't happen like that. Another thing we can also take advantage of is what we refer to as integrations, right? Integrations is also a very useful tool that you can use within your organization and even within your customers' environment, right? So what we have done with integrations is that we have looked at some of the solutions and applications that our customers and our partners use, from time to time, and we have then integrated these solutions into the Acronis console, right? So making it also easy to use, easy to manage, and the likes. So say, for example, one typical example would be data destination. So in situations where customers do not want to back up in Acronis Cloud, or say, for example, they have storage in other cloud locations and they would like to back up some of their data into their cloud locations, right? We've actually also partnered, right, with some other cloud service providers. So all of this, we actually support all of these cloud service providers currently, and we can actually integrate with them as a storage location or a data destination, as you would like to refer it, right? So we have the popular ones, the Alibaba Cloud, AWS, Google, Azure, IBM, and the like. Those are actually the popular global ones. And we also have some that are also region-based. So say, for example, Storage is region-based, Cloudian. Now, when I say region-based, these are actually cloud service providers that are popular in the regions that they operate in. A typical example in our region would be the like of Main One, right? We're actually also looking at including Main One to this list, right? So that your customers can also use it as a data destination. So that's that also speaks to that. We have quite a number of integrations that we have here, service automation, collaboration tools, the likes of Citrix, Webex, and all the rest. So the idea is for the solutions that are here, right? If your customers use any of them in-house, say for example, the RMM and the PSA tools, right? We see a lot of customers that actually have some of these tools that they use for provisioning and they use for remote monitoring, right? So if your customers use them, right, it's very easy for them to just integrate that solution with the Acronis console, making it easy for them to use and manage. Also, we talked about bundling, and one thing that can actually help you with bundling is white labeling, right? I know that you talked about branding and all the likes. We actually allow you to white label the solution. So if, for example, you already offer IT, some sort of IT solution to your customer, and you like to bundle the Acronis solution with it, right? And want the customer to get the feel that the solution comes wholly from your organization, right? Yes, we can actually allow you to brand it, right? So you can change literally everything about the solution, right? The appearance, even the branding of the agents. So when customers download the agent to use, right, the name, the file name, and all the rest, you can actually change it. You can change the logo of the agent installer, everything, right? If you want any trace of Acronis, you want to remove it completely, you actually have the opportunity to do that. You can change the console, you can change the color scheme, the documentation, right? So anywhere that you can change the URL, support, they need to reach out to support. Instead of going to Acronis support, you can change it to your own support URL, such that when they need support, it gets to you first, and then you can decide based on the severity of the incident or the situation, either to escalate or to Acronis support or not, right? So you can do that. The URL for the web interface, you can change it. You know, all of it, legal documentations or no, you can actually customize, you know, all of it, right? So that's actually basically making it easy for you as a customer to bundle the Acronis solution with your own in-house solution that you already sell to your customers, and then sell that solution to your customers. Any questions so far? Harry, I see we have some questions in the, what is it called, in the chat box. Can we take a look at them quickly? Hello?
Okay.
Hello,
I think
hear me?
can you hear me now? Okay, yeah, good.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so the first question we have here, right, is from, let me see, the name is, I'm not seeing the name here. Okay, but the question is, what is the solution? What is the solution Acronis have on email security? So it's actually trying to ask that on email security, how does the Acronis solution work?
Okay, so basically, Acronis solution actually monitors your email server, right, to check out for any form of attack to your emails, right? As we know, email is currently the biggest attack vectors used by attackers now, right? So with the email security solution, we're able to protect your email from anti-phishing, anti-spam attacks, you know, what's it called? Ransomware attacks, you know, any form of attack that is directed towards emails, right? So we're able to protect your email from all of that. I saw another question from Daniel Chukuma. Is it support 24/7? Yes, support is 24/7. At every anytime you need support, yes, support is available for you. And as a partner, right, you actually have the direct access to the support. There's on the partner portal. I don't know if we're going to look through the partner portal today, but on the partner portal, you can actually directly raise a support case with your customers. For your customers, right, on behalf of your customers with Acronis support. So you can raise the case, follow up with the case, you know, escalate if there is need for escalation as a partner, because in this situation, you're managing your customers. So you'll be responsible for raising the support case for them. So yes, support is 24/7. Elizabeth, can you hear me? You're supposed to are you ready to do the, what's it called?
The calculation.
The calculation. I'm looking at time. Can we go into that now?
Finish up with your demo, then I'll talk about the partner sign up.
Okay, so I just want to quickly go into the customer's environment. Okay, that's coming up.
It was actually that.
So we're just waiting for the customer's tenant to come up so I can show you so many things that we can do from that end.
I think we have a question here.
Okay.
It said, does it give visibility on the network security status as regards to each endpoint?
Come again. Let me see.
This question is that, does Acronis solution gives visibility on the network security status as regards each endpoint?
the network security status or the endpoint security status. So our focus is the endpoint, not the network, right? So everything we do, your endpoint is the focal point, right? So our solution is tailored towards the endpoint, and we give visibility on the, not the network, right? It's on the endpoint security. I don't know if that's because this question is confusing. You talk about network and endpoint at the same time, and these are two different solutions, right? We do not monitor the network security. We can only monitor your endpoint security. So basically, how we protect your particular endpoint, your laptop devices, your desktop devices, your servers, right? How we're able to offer protection on those devices. So everything that has to do with endpoint security, we're talking about antivirus, anti-malware, anti-ransomware, right? Even as much as vulnerability assessment and patch management, right? Those actually sit with endpoint security. And even issues such as protection of registry, you know, somebody cannot just come and change the registry and processes on your endpoint, right? We actually protect all of that. What's it called? Crypto mining detection, right? On the endpoint, we can actually protect your endpoint to ensure that your endpoint resources, your RAM and your CPU are not being used in a crypto mining process. You know, so like I said, everything is about the endpoint. And from an endpoint standpoint, we're able to give visibility on what is happening with the endpoint. The security solution is actually very robust and in-depth. And then in addition to that, we also have the endpoint detection and response, which is the EDR solution, which actually also helps to give a much more broader and granular view as to occurrences within the endpoint. So if, for example, there's a security incident, right, with the EDR solution, we can actually tell you step by step what happened, how it happened, while that attacker was in your, you know, what processes, what did he do, what files were launched, what applications were launched, you know, all of that tailored around the endpoint. So, like I said, our focus is on the endpoint, not on the network. I hope that answers your question. Or if I'm not understanding it, maybe you can clarify what you mean by the question. Okay, see, this is what the dashboard looks like. That's from the customer's environment. So when you sign up your customer, this is basically what they are. Of course, this customer is already has a lot of workload on their portal, but this is what the portal looks like. So from the portal, we're able to monitor the customer's resources and infrastructure, right? And basically on every point, right? So I'm talking about anti-malware, antivirus, vulnerability, and all the rest. Patch management, you can actually, from a single pane of glass, see what the customer is doing with regards to this, right? And this alone by itself, really, it's already a tool that you can use within your organization, either to generate more income for yourself as an organization, or even to as an entry point into the organization, into your customers' organization. So, and this you can also use it as an added value, you know, added benefit, right? A lot of this they don't have tools like this, but with this just from the monitoring tool, you can actually generate reports. You can schedule that the customer generates reports, right? Sorry, that the application generates a report and sent to the customer monthly. So even without you doing anything, one of the best things about this solution is that it has automation inbuilt, you know, built into it. Directly, automatically on 30th of every month, the system would basically build a report based on what is happening on the customer's environment, right? And send it to the customer already without you even being involved. And that already is a value add that you can offer your customers that other solutions do not offer, right? So like I said, we're able to manage everything from a single pane of glass. You're also able to manage all the customers' infrastructure. So once you click on devices, you can see all the customers' infrastructure here, and then you can provision it, you can group them as you want. As you can see, we have quite a number of grouping here, and that with that grouping that you can then use to create policies, and provision the customers' devices. From a management perspective, there are quite a number of things you can do, right? You're able to do all of that from here. Disaster recovery, email security, protection, all of it. Now, the idea behind all of this really that I really wanted to show you is the ability, first and foremost, from a single console, you can manage all of this solution. So irrespective of the solution, so the DLP, EDR, once you do double click on this, right, it takes you to that. So the DLP, EDR, disaster recovery, email security, all of them from a single pane of glass, you can manage it. So it makes it easy for you to use. You don't have to worry about having several screens. You don't have to worry about employing several people, right, to manage the solution for you, right? All of it can be managed from a single tab. Also, one license, one agent, right? With one license, you have access to all the solutions, and you can just extend those solutions to your customer depending on what requirements they need. So, for example, your customer says, I want backup, right? Because you have access to all the solutions, you can just offer that, enable just backup for that customer, right? If another customer comes and says, I want security, you can just enable just security for that customer, right? Click of a button, literally. You don't need to come back to anybody to say, oh, my customer wants to buy backup. Can you give me a license for it? No. Once you have subscribed, automatically, every other thing you have to do is just a click of a button, right? If the customer comes back after buying backup, comes back some months later and say, oh, I want to do EDR or I want to do security, just the same way, you just go to the customer's tenant and just like that, click of a button, you enable that functionality for the customer, right? You don't need to, like I said, one license literally covers everything. So it's very easy to sell. It's very easy to upsell, right? Once you already have an entry point into the customer's environment, upselling from that point on is really very easy because you don't need to do another deployment. You don't need to do another implementation or installation, right? The first and the initial deployment is literally all you need. Once you have done that, every other upselling, every other solution or whatever needs to be done is done with the click of a button. Literally click of a button, right? So that's just to show you how beneficial the solution can be to your organization. Any questions?
Yes, I have another question here. Can you hear me, Irene?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it says, so that's from Chukuma Daniel. Apart from VM, do you back up physical machines with Linux and Unix OS?
Yes, we do. So I already opened all the devices that we support. So we support Windows, workstations. So that's your desktop, your laptop devices, right? Using either Windows or Mac. From a physical or server's perspective, so either physical or virtual, right? We support Windows and Linux, mobile devices, iOS and Android. From virtualization perspective, we support quite a number of virtualization tools, storage, Synology, and even applications, right? We support all of these applications, including some cloud applications too, right? So yes, the short answer to that question is yes. Yes, we back up databases, we back up Oracle, or SQL, MariaDB, I don't think we do Mongo. Yes, one license covers unlimited number of workstations. Unlimited. We don't have a limit to the number of workstations. I have customers that are doing 5 workstations. I have customers that are doing 1,000 workstations, 5,000 workstations, 10,000 workstations. Yes, one license covers all of it. And just in the same way, our storage capacity too is unlimited, right? So when you're backing up, we don't have a limit to the backup, to the amount of the storage backup that you can do. Can just keep going. There's no, you don't need to call anybody to provision any space for you. I don't know if you understand. So if your customer started with 10 gig and within 1 month they're in 10 terabytes, and within another month they're in 10, we do Linux, not Unix. So for Linux, we do Ubuntu, CentOS. That's to give response to your question about Unix. We don't do Unix, we do Linux. Yes. One license covers all the services included in the solution, right? So the way it is one license. The best way to explain this is one license with different modules, or well, in Acronis we call it packs, but another way to refer to it is modules. So different modules. So we have advanced backup, advanced security, advanced management, advanced EDR, that's EDR with security, DLP, and email security, what am I missing? Disaster recovery, file sync and share, notarization, and what's it called? Okay, web filtering and application. We do URL filtering, but not application security. We don't do application security. We only back up applications. We don't offer security on applications. Am I right? Yes. So another thing we do is vulnerability assessment, but vulnerability assessment is, we do vulnerability assessment on applications, right? Because when you say application security, it's a very wide topic, right? But from an application security perspective, I think, let me respond that way. What we offer is vulnerability assessment, right? So what that means is that we're able to check your applications from time to time if there are any vulnerabilities within your applications, and they're not just stop there. We also offer patches on top of that, right? So, but web filtering, from web filtering perspective, yes, we do for web filtering. We do or in other words, URL filtering. Yes, we do that. When will Unix be supported? I have to check that. I'll get back to you. That's Chukuma Daniel. I don't have the information off my head, but I have to check with the R&D team on what the roadmap is with regards to Unix. So I'll relay that information back to you through Taiwo. Any other questions? One license covers all the solutions. Yes, like I mentioned, one license, just one license, you're able to have access to all the solutions as a partner. Now, you as a partner would then decide how to extend that solution, those solutions to your customer. Can we use the solution to carry out network vulnerability? So no, not network vulnerability. Vulnerability assessment in our situation is focused, like I said, on the endpoint, right? So when we're doing vulnerability assessment, we are scanning your endpoint devices. We are scanning all the applications that are running on your endpoint, right? And based on our scan, based on our vulnerability scan, right, we're able to detect which device, which applications, processes and all running on your endpoint has any vulnerabilities, and then we are then offer, and then we now take it a step further by offering patches for those vulnerabilities. So from a network standpoint, no, our vulnerability assessment is focused on the endpoint. Can you classify Acronis? Acronis is we cover all ranges. Like I said, our scale. Okay, I think this is the best way to explain this. Because our solution is a cloud solution, right? Just think about any cloud solution, right? Irrespective of the type of solution. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. One of the key selling points or key driving points of cloud is that elasticity, right? The fact that that infrastructure can serve both a startup, a small scale, a one-man business, and can also equally serve large enterprises, right? That's the same mindset with the solution, right? If your customer is a one-user customer, yes, we have space for them. If your customer is a 10-user customer, 100 user, 1,000 user, 5,000 user, we are able to accommodate all ranges of of okay, so where's Acronis on the Gartner quarter? That's a very interesting topic. So let me explain it. Now, Acronis as a solution, most especially when we talk about the Cyber Protect Cloud solution, which is the solution we're talking about now, that's the platform, right? There is currently nobody, right, there's no, there are no organizations within the space. So, what's the best to say? So, but what we see is that with individual solutions, so from a backup perspective, from a security perspective, from EDR, we have different competitors, right, for each of the different modules. So for backup, for example, our competitors are the likes of Vim and Veritas, and we are actually we're seriously challenging them, right? Endpoint security, yes, we are top on the quadrant for that too. What else? Disaster recovery, yes, we are top on the quadrant for that. If you want, I can send you all the different what's it called? The different documentations, right? For all these different modules that come together to then make the Cyber Protect Cloud solution. But when you look at the Cyber Protect Cloud solution overall, there is currently no organization that competes with us as a whole that can come and say, as an organization, we offer everything that is offered on the Cyber Protect Cloud platform. No. Where we see competitions is on individual modules, right? And like that. Can I install security on a workstation remotely? Okay. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So we have different tools that you can use. You can Active Directly, you can use Active Directly, you can use any remote monitoring, remote management tool that you have to push the agent and install remotely. So yes, we can. We even have a proprietary solution. It's called the Snap Deploy. Allows you to deploy to multiple devices, right? So for example, in a situation where we have customers that have 5,000, 10,000, 1,000 servers, it might be difficult to run all of that. So with the Snap Deploy solution, you can actually do all of that. Okay, yes, Chukuma Daniel, I'll have that communicated to you. I'll send you all the different our position with regards to the different solutions. Any more questions?
I think that's all for now.
Okay.
You've done justice.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you,
owe me lunch. All right, guys. So, Taiwo, over to you. Let me stop sharing now.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to talk quickly on what it means to be a partner and how we can proceed in a partnership agreement. And if you already have a partner, then that's good news. And once I'm done, Elizabeth will come back up with the pricing calculator, because I'm sure everybody also wants to know, oh, how much does all this, how much is it going to cost and how much is it going to cost us? So I'm going to share my screen quickly now. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, excellent. So thank you all for joining. Elizabeth and Irene has done quite a lot of justice, as said by Brian, in this presentation. But going forward, let's see. We have some existing MSPs there, I'm sure, and we also have some intending MSPs who are wondering how does it work? How do we bring it all together? So Tranta IT is a distributor of Acronis, and then we're reaching out to majority of you guys as our MSP to sign up and become a part of this success story of Acronis in Nigeria. We do have quarterly trainings and developments for our MSPs, just like this webinar we are holding. This is actually intended for you to get more insight, because sometimes when we have a general event, there's so much distraction and you really might not really get full gist of what Acronis really is all about. And that's why we are going through this webinar and training for all our MSPs and attending MSPs. Our next training will actually be in sometime in next quarter. That should be in July. But we have a physical event which will be coming up next month. You'll all be getting the invite for the physical event, so we can all see and interact and see how many of us has actually signed up to be an Acronis MSP. So we intend to also empower MSPs by generating leads. Quite a couple of MSPs that have already signed up, they can attest to this. We'll be generating end user leads to them. So we are here to ensure that this works for everyone. So Tranta IT is solely behind you to ensure your success. We're also going to be looking at how to hang out with our MSPs quarterly, as well as award the best performing MSPs. Okay, so where do we go from here? So if you become an Acronis MSP, you are entitled to sales and marketing materials. You're entitled to support as well as training. You can also get all this in terms of your cyber fit score. You can become a registered partner when you sign up, and then you can move up to authorized partner. You can move up to gold partner and platinum partner, and that is moving up on your cyber fit score. As you register as initially as a partner, as a registered partner, we're all entitled, or we're all responsible to ensure that we go through the training and certification process, because that's the only way you'll be able to actually sell Acronis to your end users. So as registered partners, you're required to have two certificates, one for sales fundamentals and one for technical fundamentals. Then as you move up to authorized partner, you need two certifications as well, one for the cyber fit sales associate, and then another one for the cyber fit technical associate. So you start with the fundamentals, you move on to associate, and then as a gold partner, 3 certificates is required: one sales associate, one technical associate, and one professional associate. And then you now move up to the last cadre, which is the platinum, and that is 4 certificates, which involves one sales associate, one technical associate, one tech professional, and one sales professional. And there's so much reward in moving up on this cadre, because you actually get increase in your revenue and in your rebates as well as you move up the cadre from registered to authorized to gold and to platinum. So you can see here, and then you're entitled to so many things once you register, and as you're moving up the ladder to authorized gold and platinum, you can move up to getting more marketing materials. You have access to more marketing materials. You have more access even to the registration discounts. You have access to support, 24/7 support. You have access to getting the NFRs, the other nitty-gritty sales training, certification. You get so much more access once you're signed up as a partner, as well as you move up along the cadre, you're also getting more support. So I know this is like, some people will be like, oh, how does it work? But this is the process that it works. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys signing up on the Acronis partner portal with us. A majority of all that is being discussed here is you can only get them if you sign up as an MSP. Some people come and they have urgent requests, like, oh, they have an opportunity, they're requesting for quotes and all that. You can only get access to the quotes and to the calculator. Elizabeth is going to take us through the calculator shortly after my brief presentation. So you yourself are the ones actually going to get access to the calculator. You're going to be the one to give your end users the pricing yourself. So you determine what to give them from the pricing calculator. So once you sign up, you get access to that. And then you also be onboarded on the Acronis partner portal as well. Okay. And then we have periodic, periodic quarterly incentives and rebates, depending on how you're able to meet up to your target as a registered distributor, an authorized distributor, a gold or a platinum distributor. You would normally get your discount, but if you don't reach those partnership levels, you might not be able to get those discounts and credit memos. Okay, so like I said earlier, this is a tech. This is how you go through the training. So the training is very important because a lot of MSPs here go through this webinar, go through our events, and they don't go through the training. The training is so important because that is the only way you're able to be able to have that knowledge on how to bundle those solutions. When Elizabeth started earlier, she was talking about bundling, how to know, how to recognize an opportunity. And if you have an existing account, how you're going to bundle those accounts together with your Acronis and how you can present it to your end customers. So if you don't go through the training, you will not lack that knowledge on how to be able to bundle those solutions together. So we really encourage all existing MSPs to try and go through the training. And regularly, there's a marketing email that comes through to you if you're already an MSP. There are webinars, free webinars actually that go through, and each topic is also discussed during these webinars. I also encourage you to join whenever there is a webinar. We also have the NFR program. Once you're an authorized partner, you have free access to all these parts. You can have the NFR, you can use it. You can also have the one you can use for your MSPs, 30-day license for you to do like a POC. So all these are available to you once you sign up as an MSP. So what's the next step? The next step after our virtual presentation demo, the next step is signing up as an MSP. We will be sending you the non-disclosure agreement as well as the Acronis partnership agreement with Tranta IT. So once you receive that, you just sign up, and then we will be able to take you further into dive deep further into all the requirements that you have, and then we have like a one-to-one presentation of the whole solution to you again, and then all the commitment, the financial commitments that you need to make will be made known to you. In the process of the next presenter that will be coming up, we'll be talking about the pricing. Every MSP is required to register. We're starting up with $250 monthly. That's a monthly commitment of $250. And I know people will be like, oh, I am not able to make the $250 commitment. I don't have pipelines, like someone told me in the chat recently. I don't have pipelines and all that. So Tranta IT is there. We have our end user generation lead team who is working closely with the end users And as soon as we identify an opportunity, we look at which MSP has finished their certification, which MSP is showing interest, which MSP has the capacity to handle this client, because the client already has great expectation. And we hand over this client to the MSP. So we really need our MSPs to come up, and that is the existing MSPs, and then the intending MSPs as well. We need you to come up on board, and so that you can be a part of this end user lead generation. There is no excuse at all to say, oh, I don't have a client, I don't have a pipeline, because we're here working together with you, and even for you, and to ensure your success. So we look forward to you signing up on this agreement as an MSP. If you have any questions, please kindly share in the chat so I can take those questions.
All right, thank you very much, Taiwo, for that information. And I think she has done justice to how you sign up as a partner. So you don't need not to worry about how you go about getting your clients. Frontier IT has a lead generation team to generate lead for our MSP, right? And that is coming as you guys based on your commitments. So if you see the way you've been pushing the Acronis solution, definitely you're going to send leads to you. So you need not to worry about getting it. So we have other questions from Chukuma Daniel. It said, as a confirmation, you mean Acronis cannot be installed on-prem? That's a question from Chukuma. I don't know if Elizabeth or Irene answered the question.
Hello, Harry, which question are we talking about?
Okay, so Chukuma Daniel is asking, as a confirmation, you mean Acronis solution cannot be installed on-prem?
What do you mean by on-prem?
So he's saying if we have on-prem version of Acronis solution and also cloud.
Yes,
so
we do. We have the on-prem version of the Acronis solution.
Okay, I think that answers these questions.
Yeah.
And also, so for Taiwo, can you send the link to registration? Link for registration to Chukuma. I think he's interested in signing as a partner. So now to waste our time, let me just let's start through the next section of this webinar. So I'll be inviting Elizabeth.
Ready to go. I'm ready to come down. Yes, I'm ready to go.
Elizabeth, can you share your screen?
Okay, thank you very much, Henry. So I want to quickly just touch base on maybe show everyone how the training site looks like. I know Taiwo already covered that, but just permit me to share one more time. Just small. So this is the training site that Taiwo was actually talking about. So this is where you can, we have the commercial side aside the what's it called? The dashboard where you manage your customers. We'll have the commercial side. So it's called the Acronis Partner Portal, where you can do series of trainings and get certified as well. There are technical trainings, there are sales training. So this can actually help you understand the solution better, equip you when selling to your customers. And aside the training, there are so many things you can actually do on this platform, starting from marketing. So you can actually, get access to marketing materials, sales materials. Like under this marketing section, there's what we call the landing page. So the landing page can help you convert a website visit, like people that have visited your website, into a lead. So these are things that you can do with the platform. Or do you want to run email drips and campaign? You can actually do that here on this place. You can send BC to contacts. And if you want to also schedule this thing, maybe you don't want to do this manually by yourself, you can even schedule it here. So what this typically does, this platform, so it's saving you the stress of employing a web designer. So you have all of these tools available for yourself to use. We even have web banner where it will boost your online presence as well. So all of these are available. You can customize it whichever way you want to do. You can send it directly from here to your social media, or you download it. You can, maybe you want to boost your social online presence on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can actually do that from here. So you could see what you stand to get as a partner if you sign up with Acronis. And there are many contents you can take advantage of, white papers, data sheets about this product. This presentation is also available here on this platform. So it's here on the content hub. So there are so many tools that you can use. So you could see so many of it, about 1,000 or more than 1,000 materials that you can take advantage of here on the platform. So moving forward to the pricing calculator, right? So yeah, this is the pricing calculator that we normally give to our partners. So it's saving you the stress of coming to Acronis every time to request for a quote. Yeah, you can request for a quote, but maybe when there's an urgent need of it, you can just quickly come to the calculator and punch in values. The same calculator that is used globally, both here in Africa, if someone in America needs a quote, it's the same calculator that you still need to use. So yeah, Taiwo talked about how the partnership program works. She talked about have like if you're signing a contract with Tanta IT with Acronis, you need to be on a minimum commitment on subscription, which starts from $250 USD. So this is a tier 1 minimum commitment. Then we'll have other ones like tier 2, 1,000 USD. So this is a monthly subscription, don't forget. You have tier 1, which is 250, tier 2, 1,000, tier 3, and so on and so forth. And during my presentation, I talked about the solution having an embedded discount. We are going to see that also here when punching in values. You're going to see what I meant by that. So how do you use this calculator? So this 250 is a minimum commitment. It's a subscription. It's a monthly subscription that you have to pay to Acronis in order for you to have access to the platform, resell to your customers. Yeah, it is one license. But how do you know what and what to consume under this 250 is by entering values here. Only the yellow, the parts highlighted yellow. So we have some standalone solutions like what you see here. So if you're a partner, you want to focus on just offering cybersecurity to your customers, you can actually do that here. If you want to just focus on security plus EDR, also you can offer only this, or maybe offer only email security, or offer only data loss prevention. So this is where all you have to get is just know the number of machines. Let's say you have a customer that has up to 50 machines, just impute the value and the price populates, right? If you see here, we have the total cost 50 USD. That means you have consumed just 50 USD out of your 250 monthly subscription. So this means that you still have a space to consume up to $200. This is monthly subscription. If you want to see the yearly cost, you just need to come down the calculator and you're able to see the yearly cost. So that's 250 times 12 gives you 3,000 USD for 1 year. So the 250 you can redistribute to different customers. It could be one company that you're selling it to. It could be different company that you're selling it to. So here you've been able to get like the price for just one organization that has 50 server, 50 virtual machine altogether, 50. So maybe by chance you get another customer that says, okay, I want advanced security plus EDR, and we have a physical server, we have a virtual machine, we have a workstation. The total device is about, let's say 60, right? You could see, let me put it to 50 here. So this is customer A, this is customer B. So when you come down, you see that you've consumed up to 260 USD instead of 250. So in this case now, you're going to pay 250 plus the extra $10 that was consumed. So what it means that in Acronis, you cannot go below 250. Is either you consume equals to 250 or more than 250. So if it's a case where you consume more than 250, you're still welcome to use the solution. So the pricing calculator is just there for you to, generate quote for your customers. Don't forget, whatever price you see here is actually the original price. So it's not left for you to add your own margin, your own interest, and then send a quote to your customers like that. So if you don't want to offer any of this standalone product, which is a security and the security plus EDR, you can just, move to backup. So our backup is, our backup is also is a core product, which is the Acronis Cyber Protect Cloud. So it has a combination of both cybersecurity and backup together, like data protection. So it means that any value you enter here is only for the backup. So the security features are actually free. So this is another opportunity you can, get from Acronis. So here we have 2 billing mode, which is the per workload and per gigabyte. So for per workload means unlimited usage of service provider hosted and local storage. That means it's calculated based on the number of devices. Then per gigabyte is calculated based on the number of storage. So let's say you have a customer that wants to do backup, and they have the likes of, let's say, 10 virtual machines here. And of course, this 10 virtual machine will be sitting in Acronis Cloud. Let's say they are consuming up to 1 terabyte. So this is how this first billing mode is calculated. So if you sum up this total, 68 plus 60 gives you 128. Yes. So you've consumed 128 out of 250. Don't forget, this is a monthly cost calculation I'm doing. You've consumed 128 out of 250. So you have room to consume more. Another customer says, oh, I have 10 workstation again. And then they will like to store this data in Acronis Cloud, and they'll be consuming 500 gigs. So that makes it 1.5 terabytes. So you could see the consumption keeps going up. So now initially it was 128, now it is 192 out of 250. Please don't look at this. This is just a yearly cost. Let's focus on this, right? So it is 192 out of 250. It's not yet up to 250. You consume more. Maybe you want to offer email security, which is this. And then you have a customer that they have up to 50 users. You just need to impute the value there. And when you come down, you see you've consumed more than your consumption, which was supposed to be 250, but is now 287. So in essence, the calculator is you can put in any values, right? The only thing you need to note that you cannot go below 250. It's either equals to or you go above, right? So this is the case. And I also want to point out, give a second example, which is per gigabyte. So for per gigabyte, we don't need to put the storage and the number of devices at the same time. All we have to put is just only the storage. So it is unlimited devices. So if you have a customer that has 200 machines and they have just lesser storage, it's best to use per gigabyte because it's going to be more profitable for you as the partner. You can bill your customer whichever way you want to bill them. So what we're doing here is between Acronis and the MSP, not Acronis and the partner and the customer, that's the end customer. So now we have a value here, which is about 192 USD, right? If you compare this same environment with per gigabyte model, we'll just need to put the storage, which is 1.5 terabyte. is the same in this case, 192, 192. So when this is more profitable to you is when you have a lot of devices. Let's increase this to 200 and then increase this to 50. Maybe change this to 2 terabytes. I'm going to take this off. Let's see the price for per gigabyte. Let's see the price. It is 1,650 USD. So if you want to compare this consumption with per gigabyte, which means unlimited devices, limited storage. So you need to put the storage. It's just 256 USD. So why should I pay 1,900 and something USD or 1,600 something USD when I can just pay 256 USD, which falls, which is still under my minimum commitment. I don't know if this is making sense to everyone here. So it's best, we mostly advise our partners to compare both licensing model, which is the per workload and per gigabyte, to see which one is more profitable for you, which one is more advantageous for you before billing your customers. So it's the pricing in general is flexible. There is no limit to what you can consume. The only thing you just have to take note of is the minimum commitment. You're on 250 minimum commitment means that you should be able to consume up to 250. And if it's a case where you consume more than 250, then it's welcome in Acronis. So do we have any question at this point with the pricing? Okay, so I believe everyone understood what I just did here. Even if it's not really so clear, we can, take it up again outside the webinar, maybe individually run through the pricing calculator. Maybe if you have like a customer's environment, we can punch in values and see how it works. I understand that sometimes the calculator could be a little bit complicated. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Abiodun, kindly send a chat so we can tweet your question. I can see your hand raised.
Hello. Okay. Hi, Mr. Biodo. If you have your question, you can just use the chat and then it will be answered. Okay. So I want to also talk about some of our advanced packs that we have. It's, also, I feel it's something that will also interest you. So let's say you are on 250 minimum commitments, monthly subscription. And then let me reduce this. That will fit in just 250. Let's reduce this. Take this out. Let's see, this is 20. Okay, let's see what we have. So we have 256 USD for this consumption. 10 virtual machine, 20 workstation consuming 2 terabytes. So if you have a customer that wants to do on-prem backup, you don't need to impute the storage. You just need to put the number of machine. So you have a customer that wants to do on-prem, local storage, just take off this and that's all. It gives you the price. You just need to sum up these two together. If they would be doing cloud backup, you need to put the storage here. It gives you the total cost of what that customer is going to pay. So someone said, if my minimum commitment is 250 USD, what that means is that I must always sell 250 USD or more than 250 USD monthly, right? So if your minimum commitment is 250 USD, it doesn't mean that you should always sell 250 USD. It means that you can consume 250 USD or more. It means that you cannot go below 250 USD if you're on 250 minimum commitment. Let's say, for instance, you consume $200 at the end of the month. Acronis will bill you for 250, not 200, because it's a subscription. It's just like maybe you subscribe to Netflix. Whether or not you watch that movie, I don't mean to scare anybody. I'm just trying to give an example. Your subscription will end at the end of the month. You need to watch that movie. So in this case now, if you are consuming 200, you will be billed for 250. So you need to be on 250. Then if it's a case where you consume 255, they'll bill you for 250 plus the extra $5 that you consume. So it says it is a minimum commitment. This is the minimum you can go, which is 250. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yeah, let me just shed more light on. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thanks so much for the clarification. I'll just shed a little more light because I understand what Mr. Oluseyi is saying here is that so if you consume, if his commitment is $250, how does he meet up to always selling that $250? So sometimes you might have a client who doesn't. When you do the calculation and you give them the quote, it doesn't even amount up to $250. So this $250 is not restricted to just one client. So you can have up to 2 clients, 3 or 4 clients that can actually even make up this $250. And remember, once you have this client, so this $250 is what you are paying to Acronis. But you are allowed to do a markup on this to your end user. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you are allowed to make this like this total cost here is 256. But when you are selling to your customer, you can do like a 10% markup on it, or highest 20% markup, so that you can be competitive with other solutions. So you can do a markup on it, and that markup is your own. But you're only paying Acronis what you see on this calculator. That's what you're paying Acronis. But on your own end, you have you can generate more revenue by doing your markup and selling multiple to multiple clients to make up your $250. And then somebody is asking, what if my subscription doesn't come in regularly or monthly? So this is a subscription. When you're selling to your end user, to your customer, it is a monthly subscription you are selling to them. And usually, I know in Nigeria, we're not used to doing monthly subscription. We prefer annual, and most organizations are more comfortable with doing annual subscription. So what you can do is you can calculate the monthly subscription, multiply it by 12, and charge your client an annual fee. So they pay it once. If you want, you can also pay that annual fee to Acronis once. So whatever is in the excess of it, you can be invoiced at the end of the year, whatever is in excess of it. But I know most MSPs will say, oh, they don't want to tie money down. They want to pay Acronis monthly, which is fine. Acronis will only encourage you to do the monthly subscription. But on your own end, that's between you and your end customer, you can charge them an annual fee. I don't know if that answers the question.
Okay, thank you, Taiwo. Yeah, so
Thanks.
like what I said, most companies don't pay you monthly. They pay you for the whole year. So you can now decide to pay Acronis monthly, or you want to pay us for 1 full year. So it's now left to you. So most companies, they will not like you to come to them and start asking for payment every month. So once they're buying the solution, they pay you for 1 full year. So, and that customer could consume all of your 250 subscription. And if they don't, maybe that customer's environment is not so big enough to consume this 250, you still have room to sell to another customer. So the 250 is not just limited to one customer. It depends on the customer's environment. If they have a smaller environment, maybe they consume just little out of the 250, it's fine, right? Within that month, you can still get another customer that would make up for the remaining out of the 250, and then you're good to go. I've seen a partner that had just one customer consume 250. In fact, the customer, he was on 250, but that customer was able to consume more than 250. The customer went up to 2,000 USD. This partner was on 250, but one customer consumed 250, not only the 250, but more than the 250 subscription that the partner is on. So their environment was like, it's so big that it's now on the partner subscription is now on 2,000 USD per month. So someone is asking, say, at what point does the 250 USD comes in? Is it after the sales or partner training or before? So currently, so the only time you have access to the partner portal, that's the training, have access to the sales material, marketing material, is when you sign up as a partner. So when you sign up as a partner, you also have a chance of 2 to 3 months to do this training. That's the contract is usually for 1 year. So the first 2 to 3 months, you can have access to the partner portal, to the training, even run POC with your customers. All right, you have that chance to understand the product within this period before hitting the market. So the 250 USD starts counting in the 4th month, the 3rd, 4th month. That's when you would start paying the subscription. So in Acronis, we believe that you have like up to 3 months, you have enough time to reach out to your customers. That's why we're giving you that period to do all of these things. So that's when the 250 starts counting. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to show everyone another opportunity that you can take advantage of. So yeah, I've punched in values here. We have 2 versions in Acronis. We have the core product, which has both backup and cybersecurity. Then we have the advanced pack. I showed you one Iglo that has email security. So these are the advanced pack that we have. All of these are the advanced pack. Security, advanced security plus EDL, email security, DLP, and advanced management. So these are the advanced pack. Taiwo, can you mute yourself? I don't know if you're talking. So you can actually make other, profit from our advanced pack. If you have maybe a customer that has up to 50 machines, right? This means that in Acronis, we're offering a promo currently for all our advanced pack. Here, you won't pay for this for 6 months. So what this means that if you come down to the calculator, you see that you've consumed 360 USD. Instead of paying 360 USD per month, you're going to pay 250. So Acronis is going to minus this particular one out of your consumption because it's the promo that we are running. So the only time they charge you for the advanced pack is when you have a threshold below 20. Let's say you have 15 devices here. Acronis will bill you for this. But if you have 20 and above, they won't charge you for this for 6 months. So this is an advanced pack that we are currently running. Same for email security. You have up to 200 mailboxes. You can get this for free for 6 months. So if you're on 250 minimum commitment and your consumption at the end of the month is 656 USD, Acronis will bill you for that 250 USD, not your consumption under the advanced pack. So let's sum up this. This is going to be 400 USD that will be subtracted from your consumption. I believe this is making sense. So this is same for other advanced pack. It is only applicable for advanced pack. Same for DLP, for management, and same for advanced backup as well. If you want to do advanced backup, you have a threshold of 20 and above. Same for disaster recovery. If you have a storage of 500 and above, you will get it for free for 6 months. So what you're going to be paying is just your subscription. So imagine you're consuming up to 1,000 USD per month. You would just be paying the 250 USD instead of paying for the advanced packs that you're using. So that's it from my side. Okay, Henry, over to you.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. I want to assume that everyone is really seeing a lot as regards these calculators, right? So like I said, is an avenue for you to unleash your profit potential as an MSP. So you have the opportunity to quote to your client and also do a little markup as regards your profit margin. So it's very important for you to know that. And one good thing about Acronis is that once you sign up as a partner, you have your portal through which you can actually quote to your client. It's not like you're reaching out to the OEM or the distributor to get a quote. So that's another good thing about the Acronis solution and also the partnership. So I just want to see if there's any question. Okay, we just have, at what point does the 20 USB comes in? Is it after the sales and partnership training or before? So Taiwo, you need to answer this. Okay.
It has been answered. We have another question that says, does signing up attract a fee? So over to you, Tranta IT.
Okay.
Yes, like Elizabeth rightly said, the minimum commitment as an MSP is the $250, which you pay monthly. So that is actually what you call the commitment fee, and it's a monthly fee that is paid. And Elizabeth has gone through explaining how that monthly fee can be spent when you have a client that is you're currently engaging. Also, in addition to what she said, there's a ramp-up period. So this ramp-up period doesn't always come for everyone. They come in phases. Like the ramp-up period is available for all those who sign up in this month of May, only this month of May. We usually have those ramp-up periods quarterly. But for this quarter, it's for those who signed up in this month of May, which we give them the 3 months for free. So if you have a current end user that you're currently working with, and with all the solutions that have been presented today, you notice an opportunity, quickly let us know the opportunity that you have, and then we can begin to engage them. While you're doing the sign up, you need to finish up with the sign up, or you're not going to be making the payment of the $250 immediately until the ramp-up period is over, which is the 3 months. So that's the way it works. So you would, if you sign up this month, you're not going to so it's not going to attract the $250 monthly for the next 3 months until the 4th month. By that time, you would have had enough traction to be able to pay the $250 with ease.
All right, thank you very much. I think that's very clear. So for you, MSP, so you need not to worry about making any payment. All you just need to do, I understood that Chikuma said it doesn't really understand what you meant. So what it means is that for the 3 months, you are not being charged any $250. All you just need to do, you can start making up how you get your client base, right? So this period is for you to be able to gather your commitment fee, right? Let me just put it that way, while you are sorting out your client and also then attending the training and everything, because we believe that you cannot just come in and yes, you have a existing client that you need to sell to you, but we believe that you ought to be trained and also get used to the solution and see how the solution works before you start making sales. So within the 3 month period, all this should have been done, and before the 3 months elapse, you should be able to get a client. and to be onboarded, right? So, and also we also disclosed earlier that we share leads to our MSP just for us to be able to encourage them. That's for the MSP that have shown interest and also have showed a little commitment as regards putting the solution. So in order not to waste much of our time, we just have limited time. So I just want to give the speaker the last opportunity to do a little ramp up of what have been said earlier. So Irene, can you just do a wrap up? We just have a few minutes to end this call. Elizabeth, can you just do a wrap up of what we just learned today? We have a few minutes to end this call. All right,
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm so sorry, I got muted. So yeah, we talked about the benefits of partnering with Acronis. We also touched base on some points like how the solution can actually give you a higher margin, you know, where it gives you the chance to offer the solution to any organization of different sizes, you know, or organization that has fewer resources, right? And how it can also satisfy your customer and help you reduce churn, and also how you can bundle the solution. So all of this were talked about during my presentation, and also how you can start fast with zero upfront costs. So as a partner, you don't need to have any initial capital investment in order for you to sign with Acronis. So in conclusion, we are like Acronis, you know, as emerged as a game changer for MSP. So all I have to say in general is partner with Acronis. So that's all from my side.
Thank you for that. Partner with Acronis, thank you for that. So in order to not to waste our time, so we are going to draw the curtain. I want to thank every one of us that have joined this webinar. It's quite an insightful webinar. So thank you, the panelists, and thank you for all our MSP and intending MSP that have joined. We want to assure you that the recording of this webinar will be shared with you, and also other materials needed for you to get in line with Acronis solution will be shared accordingly. Feel free to reach out to us, and we're going to send emails. Right, you can reach out to Taiwo, reach out to myself, and we of Faustinus, and also the Acronis team. So you don't have to worry about support. We have all the Acronis team available. We have the distributor available, and also we are open to training and also let you know about what Acronis solution is all about. Thank you very much. We also want to let you know that we should be having our next event, which is a physical event next month, and that will be communicated to you when it's time. So thank you once more. Thank you, the team. Thank you, the partners that are here. We hope to see you more in other webinar. Do have a lovely day and lovely work period ahead. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.